I like the fact that you just talked about infrastructure because I was going to ask a question around that. I remember part of the initiatives. I go back in time because if we did some things that were working at some point, why did we truncate them, and how can we quickly circumvent those things? I remember back in time, there was such an agency or whatever of government as Directorate for Food, Roads and Rural Infrastructure, DFRI. The intention of that was to ensure that road infrastructure, particularly into the rural areas, was okay so that food can be easily transported. That was in the 80s. I also know that in the previous one or two governments, there was an initiative of, I think, the World Bank with some other partnerships called RAMP, Rural Access something, talking about building rural roads. Okay, I think it was the Fashola government that actually led that among some other things. And they did quite a number of rural roads all over the nation at the time. So is it a problem of sustainability or a problem of resources or a problem of maintenance? Because without those infrastructure, the policies themselves can't move an inch.
You're absolutely right. It's more of everything. It's more of the political will first to do what is right.
Those words again. Political will.
It's the political will.
It wearies me.
You just hit my partner's boil.
Oh, really?
It wearies me. It wearies me. Because the reason I say it wearies me is there are rules, there are laws. In the house, you don't steal. In a house, you don't lie. Now, someone lies, and you're asking me that you need a political will to scold the child? Or am I being too simplistic?
You're being idealistic. let me put it that way. You're being idealistic because you are denying a very important facet of our political economy. That the fact is that before you even talk about economic policy, you need to settle the political question. So if no matter the brilliance of your mind, or no matter the billions of your idea, if the majority of the populace decide that it is some dude, that represents area boys that they want to elect as president, that's it. You have to work with that, and that is where your policy comes in. And so that's where when we tell people get involved in political activity, whatever.
Political life?
To some extent, yes. To the extent to which I can. I'm not necessarily, a very politically buoyant person, but what I try to do is I try to add my voice where I can within my sphere of influence to political thought, to shape the narrative and make people understand that certain things are very important. Certain questions must be asked. If you don't, what you will do is that you will elect people into office that will shape policy for you.
Whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not. And then you have to just go by the policy that they bring.